Listen. I'm perfect. Oh.
In ages long past,
I can hear that on my TV.
Mother Dana was
I hope that's not picking up on the audio.
Rena, on the other hand, was
Welcome to this auspicious tale of Tales of Arise.
I'm so fucking hyped!
oh how
This-
wrong.
Oh, what the fuck?
How wrong we were.
In the face of Rena's
Oh,
unimaginable
damn!
technology,
Oh, you randoms are assholes.
its
Space
soldiers,
times.
clad in huge,
Who are you?
They're the Ranins.
fearsome beasts
And they're
known as
evil dogs?
the prosperity
And they're spaceship. Damn.
all but disappeared.
That's great.
overnight.
But who?
That was 300 years ago.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a guy on the internet.
World of
It's me! Your favorite one-eyed gamer who has both use of his eyes.
into 5 distinct realms.
That's false advertising.
You can't prove that.
And now today,
You're not wrong. And now today, the Ouroboros
the
Caligula.
Renins fight.
Or Boris. What?
That's what it says.
It is
Oh, I'm saying
ruled
Orbus.
by the
I was about to say Ouroboros, cause this guy.
Fire Master,
Guys, we are playing Tales of Arise. This is not going to be a Let's Play, so don't worry.
unrelenting.
We are going to do a pretty long video, because this is going to be blind. I just booted the game up. Me and Mike are going into this completely 100% blind. I don't know what to do, where the story's about. That guy just got fucked. And look at these evil pricks.
The Danon
We are gonna free our people from the oppressive yoke
the ruthless
of the Ranins, because we are Danins, motherfucker.
of escape.
We're yogurt.
Death.
No, we're death. I have become death.
Brought to an end.
I have become death, slayer of worlds.
But don't we run around with a
They
random?
have forgotten what it means
Yes.
to be
Wait, how do you know? You don't like Tales.
I've read the summary.
Oh, well, look at you.
Yeah. And,
Well-
and Danimals aren't allowed to have artes, as the guy who I read it on kept saying, and it pissed me off to no end. I saw somebody like run through the demo for a bit, and they kept going. They're like, "Yeah, man, the artes." I was like, "It's arts. The word you're looking for is arts. Stop saying artes." I have never once in a Tales game heard them say, "Guys, we're working on our artes."
You've never even played a Tales game.
I've watched you play them. I watched Tales of Grace's Earth.
That wasn't with me.
I watched the one with.
You heard my exploits of Tales of Systeria.
I heard your tales.
I had my Tales, alright?
What was the one that had the basically the knockoff of Aqua, but she had pink hair and big tits, and she had the other guy who was kind of lame. Was that
Vesperia?
Vesper? No, not Vesperia.
I was about to say, you're like...
He was he did the boxing.
Iron Mask?
Oh my god, he's got an iron mask on, and
Guys.
he has blue.
Dude, do you not understand? We are going to be Iron Mask, which means we're going to run into a group of heroines, do absolutely nothing, and tell them that it's a good thing I was here. But,
Ah, thank God, Tuxedo Mask is here.
but you did nothing.
Away I go.
You know what's funny?
Hmm?
This and Final Fantasy have a different relationship in my head. I don't consider myself a huge Final Fantasy fan because I only really love one Final Fantasy, but I know of, the tropes of Final Fantasy.
No.
I do like 10. I would say 10 is my second favorite, but 7 is my absolute favorite. Whereas
We need to get you
Tales, I would say I'm a more Tales fan because I've played almost all the mainline titles that have come over to the West.
Mhm.
As opposed to, I've only ever played, I think, mostly like all three of the PlayStation 3. No, I'm sorry, all the PlayStation 1 era Final Fantasies. And I believe all I've ever played.
Phantasia, or that one. That one's the one that I think is like the first one, isn't it?
I've never played that. That never got an official release here in the West.
Mhm.
My very first Tales game, and this will probably go back if you guys are old enough to remember this. My very first Tales game was Tales of Symphonia, the original on the GameCube before it got the HD remaster treatment.
Oh yeah, we played that.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah,
But
we couldn't get the co-op to work.
yeah, which kind of sucks because this game doesn't have co-op either. But the way it's set up, I'd be impressed if it did.
Yeah, they said they wanted to focus on the combat, so they removed
Look
it.
after yourself. and
Because
if
you
need
get
me
the
for some
combo
race, we're
system.
there.
Hey, you know what? That's fine with me because when I played the demo, I enjoyed it, and I actually stopped playing the demo because I was like, no, if I do this now, I'm going to spoil myself because I already know when I start the game,
So,
I'm not even going to have half these freaking arts unlocked, so it's going to be like, it's like when you play God of War and you do the first board. That's not God of War 1, and you're OP as shit, and then, they take it away from you, and you're
Oh,
like,
we God of War 2 and 3, and
can you say that about God?
thankfully they didn't do that about 4.
yeah. Let me
So, but
Oh, speaking of that, obviously, it's almost impossible not to date this video because, when it goes up, but
If you're not more careful,
the Sony press event that happened on the 9th, I believe. I didn't watch it myself just because state of plays or whatever Sony does sometimes they can either be really entertaining or they can be gigantic misses. And I'm not a big fan of that because I can watch a Nintendo Direct because I'm not the biggest Nintendo fan, but I can still watch it and be like, okay, you know what, Nintendo, you've at least got my interest. Sony, it's like most of their first parties aren't
keep your
as
cool,
captivating, I think, as Nintendo, but they've got more in their backlog than Microsoft does for IPs.
If only it were so.
yeah, but I would argue, Microsoft, there was a guy, he put out a, comparison, look at all the
Centuries worth of the dead
views that PlayStation had
As
for
all the
the
good they
Play, for all their
Take a
trailers.
look around and judge for yourself.
And then they compared it to Halo, and they were like, Halo's been out for a year, it's only got 1 million,
Just about
but
do
like,
it.
the new
Now,
Spider-Man has like
Fate
over
will
2
try
or
to
3
stay out of
million,
trouble
the
so
new one.
wound
I was
doesn't
like,
open again.
yeah, but
Back when I knew
PlayStation right now
You
is
were the
kind
one
of
who
in the
taught me
forefront of
just how
everybody's
things work
mind.
around here.
Plus, you're
know
dipping
I'll always
into
be grateful for
you
that.
know,
But
the
I can't
cape
just
The race
kinda
is
trope
won by
of,
the
like,
calm and the steady.
superheroes.
You're still
Everybody
young,
wants
you
to
have time.
play and watch
Wait for the
superheroes
right
right now,
moment,
although I think the
both for
trend is
yourself
dying.
and the
But
world.
everybody wants to do that. People love God of War. They want to see the next,
Work will be
they want to
picking
see
up
what
for you
Ragnarok's
soon
got
enough.
for them.
Don't sit
I don't know how to
around.
feel about
Go out
Ragnarok,
and
though.
feel the breeze against
I
your
never
skin.
played God of War 4, but that's because it took such a massive departure from like the God of Wars that I was used to playing.
Do me a favor and keep
But
your
I'd be more than interested to play, and I have not played the Spider-Man game, but I've heard people have
it is.
nothing but praise for that.
I would say it's the best superhero-based game
guess I'll go back to my room.
in a long time. If I'm going to be honest with you.
Huh.
I don't think it's perfect. I think there's a lot.
Ooh.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on it that's pretty good, but there's also a lot of stuff that I'm like, they could have skipped this. But you know what they could have skipped? They could have skipped putting the Miles Morales game out there.
Isn't that just essentially just an expansion pack?
Yeah. Everybody likes to pretend like, oh no, it's a full game. No, it's
Just
an
like
expansion
everyone
pack,
else here.
ladies and gentlemen.
So how come I
That's why they didn't call it Spider-Man 2. They called it Spider-Man Miles Morales.
or face?
I heard it wasn't a bad game though.
No, it's not a bad game, but compare, the best way to describe it is, you remember way back at the beginning of the PlayStation 4 cycle, there was Infamous Last Son, which was the third game in the Infamous series. And
Yeah.
it was a great game. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people enjoyed it. But then they had that side DLC about the one character with the neon abilities. It's essentially the same issue. The neon one does not supersede the game that precedes it, and it might as well have just been an expansion, not a standalone.
Man, this place sucks.
It's a prison. What has everyone been like? Damn, I'm glad I'm going to jail.
One Piece? Because, honestly, I watched this one video from the Grand Line review. Really great guy. I like his content. He does mostly One Piece stuff, and it's very interesting trivia. But he did bring up the fact that most of the main characters have been in jail more than once.
How long?
Like, Luffy's been in jail, I think, twice now because of Impale Down and Wano, because he was also imprisoned. But
Yeah.
I think we're getting off topic. We were originally talking about the PlayStation event, and
We were.
honestly, I was kind of surprised by the announcements. I think the announcement that really got me was the Knights of the Old Republic remake, because I remember playing that when I was young, on the original Xbox. But I never beat it because it's a BioWare game, and
Trick today, huh?
BioWare in the old days had a very strong rhythm about how you were going to play their game. You were not, if you want to, you could go wherever you want, you know, but you could run into a ceiling of level where you're going to run into people that are going to...
You needed to grind.
Yes.
You didn't grind, so here's your ass.
That's how it... You know what's funny? It did the same for me in Dragon Age, the first one. Because I remember I went to the dwarves first, right? And they're actually supposed to be like the last ones you deal with because their levels are the highest.
I think.
No, because I remember I ran into the people that you run into at the beginning who stop you, and they were whooping my ass like there was no tomorrow.
I'm just gonna throw this out here. I'm probably not the best person to ask because I cheated and I had a max level character.
Ah, you did the...
Yeah, because why grind in a system that doesn't give you profitable grinding? Now, we're doing this blind, so I don't know if this game's going to have that problem, but I
was just about to say, how the fuck did they... How did this just start rolling when we were pushing it? I was like...
We pushed it down a hill. It picked up speed and... Oh, this is a pretty good anime.
Yeah, it's done by Utaba, or Utabo. The guys who do,
That's awesome.
You know them?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guys that do,
They did Fate Stay, yeah.
Yeah, and they've done, Demon Slayer.
I don't know Demon Slayer. I'm aware of it, but I don't know it.
And then, ooh.
Ooh.
How'd they know my kink? But,
Yeah. I have mixed feelings on KOTOR, I'll be honest.
the remake, or it is...
The remake.
Okay.
I'm happy that it exists, and I think it's great that it's put out there.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
Burn me, daughter, Paul! Did I just say... Did I say Herbert Purple, or Herbert Purple, or what did I say?
You said Purple Herbert.
That was kind of close.
Yeah.
All right, time to wake up and be a badass, apparently.
Yeah. In high heels. I love Japan. Japan doesn't put up with the crap that most Western people do.
I mean, I'm really interested in KOTOR only because, like I said, I played that game when I was younger, and I'm kind of curious to see how they're gonna do it. Because it sounds like it's being handled by, I guess, a competent team or a studio that are huge Star Wars fans, you know?
Well, here's the.
And I'm also curious. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off,
it.
but I'm also very curious to see if it's going to be a turn-based RPG like the original, or if they're going to do what Square Enix did for Final Fantasy VII Remake and turn it into like an action / turn-based hybrid.
I think they'll try to turn it into something like pseudo, like Mass Effect. But the biggest red flag for me, the one that really called it into question of whether or not this is going to be good, interesting, or even worth my time, is the fact that in an interview they said, yeah, we're going to make it for a modern audience. Yeah, I already know that this is going to be bad then.
I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt only because we haven't seen anything.
We haven't seen anything, but like,
Oh, well.
Oh no.
Damn, she is even unmatched. Damn, that stare. Fuck
Neither
yeah,
is she.
Iron Mask.
Look at what I did!
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
He
But,
just started that train. He was not having this.
I think that's the game that started it. I didn't watch the event, like I said, but I did see the game announcements. And I kind of liked the Spider-Man 2 trailer, but at the same time, did you watch it? The Spider-Man 2 trailer?
I watched it.
Who did you think that was talking before you found out it was Venom? Because I don't know about you, I thought that was freaking
No, it was two people.
Soldiers.
yeah, it wasn't Eddie Brock though as Venom. Venom talked at the very end.
Yeah, I think.
But the guy who
because-
talked before, he sounded like Craven, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be Craven.
Does Craven be
Craven was talking
Woo.
out loud to somebody, and then
Venom responding?
Venom responds. Because if you listen to how the flow of the conversation goes,
Damn, our guy is like, look at this! Devil May Cry. That was like timed.
I didn't think he was going to do that, but
But-
here we are.
Does
Yeah.
Craven ever become Venom, or...
No,
Okay.
I think it's just like I said. They wanted to put because if you play the first game, you literally have 5 villains.
Damn, this guy. He's just running around with a freaking gauntlet.
I hope you guys
Damn!
There's a guy throwing haymakers.
Look at him, he's built like one. Uh-oh. Hermit the Purple! No, it's not Hermit Purple. No, is it Hermit
Yeah, it's
Purple?
Hermit Purple.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. That's what it was. Ram him, guys!
Hope you can jump.
Ramrod. But yeah, I just perfect.
Kick-ass people don't watch explosions!
You know it.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm not paying attention to the story at all, guys, and that's only because I'm going to be playing this on my profile eventually, so I'll dive deeper into that, but this is just... I'm loving the spectacle that this is right now. Ooh!
Yeah, they are just
You
not
all
having
missed
it.
your chance to become
You know what else is funny?
Lord, which
What's
means
that?
you
I have never played a Tales game in Japanese.
lost.
Never. I've always played it in English.
Do you have it in Japanese currently?
No, I have it in English.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's one of those things. I don't know why. Even when I hear who the Japanese voice actors are for, you know, these games, I still always pick the English for some reason.
Someone's in a bad mood.
I don't know. It's comforting to me for some reason to just
Lord or Wolf,
have it play in English.
Well, sometimes, you know, it's like anime. Some people, they do not like Japanese Dragon Ball, and they don't like.
What do you
Some people actually don't like Japanese One
From what I
Piece.
hear,
Really?
you seem to be having
Yeah.
some trouble over there in
They
Colombia.
don't like how some of the characters sound. I think they sound fine. I think they actually sound a lot better than the English.
Enough with the false
Massively better
pretense.
than the English
I can
ones.
tell a rat when it's
I would say
Forgive me.
Dragon Ball is probably the only anime I would watch in English, and that's only because of, you
Once,
know,
but twice mistake.
our age group and where we grew up, because you watched
Yeah.
that in English, but then again, that was like 2 different dubs that eventually became the Funimation dub.
Yeah.
The crown.
I eventually got over the Japanese part. It's like, people don't like Grandma Goku. I'm like, yeah, but did you hear Vegeta?
You can be sure I won't forget.
And fun fact, Krillin is Luffy.
Nor will
Yeah.
I.
But,
Next time.
You said the game's set up, because I know we're derailing hard, guys, but it's like, you gotta understand, we're just here having fun.
Yeah, there's so much going on.
Oh, is he gonna... Oh, I thought...
He
he
breaks
broke
it
it.
off screen.
Oh, what a badass.
Yeah.
But, you said at the first Spider-Man game, there was like 5 villains?
Yes. Because you deal with his, what's that?
The Sinister Six, right?
The Sinister, yeah, you deal with the Sinister Six. Because, you deal with Electro... Is it Electro? Rhino,
Yes.
the
The Vulture?
The Vulture.
Dr. Ock? No, not Dr.
Doc Ock is in there, but,
But,
he's
oh,
at
you're
the
right.
end. But he's not officially the one leading it.
Gotcha.
You deal with a masked gentleman
The name is
whose
Tosa.
ability is
I'm
that
the
he has
medical
positive
officer
and
for the Crimson
negative,
Crows.
and he creates
You're in
everything
one
to
of
be
our
like
safe
yin
houses.
yang. It was pretty cool.
Crimson
I think he was supposed to be the main villain, right? Or that's
He
what they
is
were
the,
touting.
yeah, he's the main.
We're the
He's the
reason
main guy who causes
For
the
the Danon
problems.
people.
Kingpin, he's in the game, right? Or
Kingpin's in the
Bright Eyes
beginning.
best laid-
really? He doesn't.
Yeah, he's the tutorial.
Really?
Yeah,
Danon Resistance.
you literally run up
Oh, wait.
Kingpin Tower, beat him in a fight,
As famous as
and
I-
then they put him in jail, and it's just to give you an understanding of how like
Than the other way
they
around,
have
Mr. Iron Man.
essentially like a super prism, which would be like Arkham for the Marvel verse, off the shore of New York, where all the villains
While
are.
I'm wearing it.
So I guess my question is, with Spider-Man 2, do you think they would let us
Oh, yeah.
be Venom? Because I'll be dead honest, he's one of my favorite spider villains slash anti-heroes.
I think what it's gonna end up being is, if I had to guess,
Look for yourself if you're
it's
somewhere.
probably going to be you get to play the game as both Miles and Peter Parker, and at a certain point, Peter's probably going to get hit with Venom,
They're interrogating.
and then you're going to have to
What
take
the hell is going
Peter down and knock Venom off of him,
Oh shit.
and then he'll switch over. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. I wish. Can't you wear his symbiote suit in the first game as an unlockable costume, or
Yeah, but it's not the symbiote suit.
it's not? It's not the black Spider-Man suit.
Visually it's the suit, but it's not the actual symbiote suit.
Oh, okay. I thought each one of those suits had like a
They have a special ability, but it doesn't have the whatchamacallit to it, if I remember correctly. Because I know he has the Iron Spider suit, and all that has is basically you have like an active ability you can do. And with the active ability, he kind of, with the Iron suit at least, he just kind of shoots claws out so you can hit combos higher.
Is the combat like Arkham?
Yeah.
I actually liked Arkham's combat.
Yeah. I would say that it's a lot more refined because Arkham, it's kind of like, oh, you had these, you had these gadgets which you could use to great effect, but in Spider-Man, you had gadgets, but the gadgets actually you could use to better effect. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like where it's like, oh, Batman had sonic batarangs. Spider-Man's just like, no, I have a concussive grenade. I'm just gonna fling that at somebody. Or he would send like drone like a drone to come in and hit them.
Isn't there, in the first game, I think there were stealth sections?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not great.
I heard people didn't like them because it's what? One death? Like, they spot you, it's like instant death or...
Yeah. Well, because the way, if I remember correctly, some of them, and I give them credit for this, it wasn't that you die, it fails the mission because the idea is you're supposed to save a hostage,
Gotcha.
and if they spot you, they just kill the hostage. So
Didn't they get a DLC? Or there was DLC, right, where you could play as Black Cat or...
Yeah, there was because in the game they have Easter eggs and things like that, much like Arkham did. And one of the Easter eggs was you got to deal with Black Cat. And then basically you just kind of, whatchamacallit.
Guys, when are you gonna learn? She's wielding
Finally awake.
Hermit
She
Purple.
has a stand!
Come on! The only way we can beat her is if our mask guy unlocks his stand.
Yeah, invulnerability.
Even if you don't mean to hurt someone.
I can't feel pain.
It doesn't
This guy's missing a part of his ear. I just realized that.
He worked hard, okay? He worked his way up through the murder ball ranks, and, everybody loved him for it.
Allsep's forces have been getting pretty restless.
But Spider-Man 2 wasn't the only one that was announced.
Thorns
Yeah.
come up over and over.
Ragnarok was announced.
Oh, okay. It's like, alright, I was going for the other one, but
Which was the other one?
Wolverine!
Wolverine was indeed announced.
I mean,
It's
it
done
was
by
just
the same guys.
Yeah, and it was just a teaser trailer. But, you know what's funny? I think Spider-Man and Wolverine are still some of the most popular Marvel characters, even, like, years after. Because I remember in the 90s, Spider-Man was pretty big. And I remember X-Men was really big in the 90s, because, the cartoon, once you get it stuck in your head, that theme song, if you're old enough to remember.
No, not Gene!
I could listen to that, like, on a 10-hour loop and not be bored.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think Wolverine should be fun. I'm kind of
These astral arts.
hesitant about it because all we got was a teaser, and it's done by the same people who did whatchamacallit. They did Spider-Man, so it's kind of like I get the feeling they're going to be respectful and good with the material, but it also comes down to what exactly are we getting into? You know what I mean?
I mean,
Capable of using astral.
there's only two things I can think about doing in a Wolverine game.
What do you
And that is stealth predator takedowns
Yeah.
and combat.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, is it going to be a full combat game? Because I, let me tell you, I will go for that. High five, great. But the big thing about Spider-Man is that it was open world, and there was, a bunch of traversal to it. So it comes to that question of,
Shion, didn't mean to cut you off, but Shion, I would love to have Hermit Purple. Yeah, it sucks that I will never feel the warmth of another human being, but, screw that if I can have a stand. Do you remember the one Wolverine game? Because I know it came out on, I think, like the PlayStation 3, the Nintendo GameCube, and I think the original Xbox, and it had Mark Hamill portraying Wolverine, and that pretty much is what, I guess, the closest Wolverine game I've ever thought of. Because it had sections where you were Wolverine and you could use, his super smell and his animal instincts to, like, do stealth kills and fight. But I feel like that's a shitty sword. Thanks, guys.
but they're living in a cave.
Standards, man! It's even called a dull sword. I'm loving this, by the way.
Yeah.
Just like our Samurai Warriors 5 Let's Play at a certain point when we just started
We talk about other stuff. I mean, yeah. I think it looks like a fun game so far.
Wow, they're...
Get the hell out of
we don't know what's going on. Oh, well, that's an enemy. Okay,
Well,
so
I
I
think-
guess we're getting raided.
Yeah, I think they.
God damn!
Ah,
Look at that outfit. Ragged clothes.
at least he's got sandals.
No accessories.
Yeah.
Wait, can I change my outfit?
I think they're basically because they just walked away with her. I think there's supposed to be like an exchange being done, you know, with another group. But they were also
Oh.
trying to understand what her abilities were.
Gotcha. Oh, I forgot I could run!
Damn. How'd they
This
find
is so much... Dude, look at this. This is so... Oh my god.
Look at them.
But,
going on this?
I'm optimistic about Wolverine only because, like you said, I would... If I had to pick, I wouldn't mind stealth elements, but I would rather be more melee, more combat focused, because Wolverine is known for being very heavily
Yeah.
combative. Here's another thing I want to know about that game. Who is going to voice him? Are they going to pick a new person, or are they going to let Stephen J. Bloom reprise his role as Wolverine?
They might, because I think Yuri Lowell is independent, isn't he?
Oh.
I think he's got his own agency that he made,
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say I don't think they're gonna be like, oh, we have to go through the Voice Actors Guild to get the person. So we won't have to worry about, Nolan North or Troy Baker for the 10 billionth time.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing someone else portray Wolverine, but he's been Wolverine for so many years now. It's like, it's like that iconic thing where
Yeah,
it's like when Hugh Jackman,
finally stepped down.
there we go, that's my, oh shit, alright.
We're learning the hard way today, boys.
No, that's because I completely forgot how I set up my system. I completely forgot that I turned You
changed everything around.
bastard. Thank God I'm not losing any HP off of this. Oh shit. Come on, there we go. This is fun, by the way.
Yeah.
Ooh! And that felt faster than the demo did.
Well, that's good.
So,
I actually.
I'm not the biggest fan of how that is, like, stretching to the nth degree on my screen, though.
I have to survive this no matter.
I'm gonna have to see if I can fix that. Buddy, you okay? Buddy?
He
Buddy?
got knocked out, but he ain't getting up again. Something's gonna keep him down.
If I could teabag. Wait, hold on. Yeah! Taste that! That's dead and nuts! It's
The
D.
toxic bag is back.
It's D's nuts, baby! It's where my semen comes.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I don't know who they'll have for it, but I mean, it could be anybody, and I mean, I don't think it'll be bad if they have Stephen J. Bloom do it. I don't think it'll be.
Well,
It'll take away from it. But
I have this feeling that,
No choice.
oh shit. Okay, he's powering up. What the hell? What?
Oh, he's doing flame drive.
That was a... Okay, it's
It's
gonna
the
take me
pressure.
a hot minute to get the dodge down,
Yeah.
because I'm used to guarding in these games. Oh god! Oh, that was so cool! I was so afraid.
Welcome to
Mother.
Tail Souls.
God damn, man. Shit. I am so glad there's not, like,
Yeah.
a health gauge right now, because I would be failing.
Oh,
God,
man.
damn, you are not taking my shit, are you?
No,
Wait,
for-
what? Why did that switch? There we
'cause
go.
They wanted you to switch. That was the whole point of this tutorial.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, well then. Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I mean, I figured you saw it in the corner.
I don't see anything in the corner except Baby. Because no one's gonna put her in there.
But then she would be in the corner. That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't have to, Patrick Swayze!
I
am-
so. Sharp fangs.
And then, yeah, I guess the next best announcement, in my personal opinion, was Ragnarok. And I'll tell you right now, the Ragnarok trailer definitely got me interested in playing God of War 4. I really wish they would have picked a different name. I really hate calling it God of War, because I think of God of War as, the first God of War. When I went around murdering,
Yeah, but the whole point to this is he's still looking for the God of War.
Yeah, he's looking for Tyr?
Tyr, yeah.
Yeah, Tyr. You have... No! You've activated my stand... Oh, wait.
What the?
You activated my truck. Wait a minute.
Armored soldiers, you're
I love how she just has a random gun.
Yeah, she picked it up.
Have gun, will shoot.
Hey,
Goddamn, look at that thing.
Trespassers will be
besides
prostituted.
being indebted to a
You mean
drug
prosecuted? No, I know what I said.
You told me that not Ragnarok. God damn it! I know what I'm trying to say.
God of War.
Yes, you told me that it was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
quite well.
That
I
is,
know there's probably some fans out there like, what? How dare you? I think there was a lot of things that they missed on and that they could have done a bit better.
damn. That is going to. That's going to take me some time. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I think the combat was okay, but I think the RPG elements that they added to it, like the armors and the weapons and things like that, upgrades to the weapons and that kind of stuff, just really. I don't think it flowed as well as they thought it did.
So, with that regard, would you consider it an action RPG, or would you consider that an action game with RPG elements?
Helping a Renin like me.
I would consider it an action game with RPG
I've no great
elements.
love.
All right.
I would say the best way to describe it is it's Dark Souls with like a RPG finish on it.
Have we met?
But I thought Kratos didn't have a stamina meter.
Me?
He doesn't.
Danon?
Okay.
Can't
Or
say
I-
I've had the pleasure.
I haven't played it in a while.
Put it like
I think
that.
he had something to that
Yeah.
effect. But essentially, it's the same style of combat. It's
I-
here's big bad boss.
About my past.
You need to roll,
To go on either.
hit, roll, hit, roll.
Straight.
Whereas the old God of War was, I'm gonna combo my way through everything and
Yeah.
do that kind of stuff, and I'm always on the offensive. This is more kind of a balance of you need to be on offense, but you also need to be more defensive with it.
I will give them credit that they wanted to try something new for the new saga.
Feel pain.
Yeah, that's fine.
And apparently it sounds like Ragnarok is gonna...
It's just another.
They did an interview after the fact
Pain.
of the system, and they talked to, the guys who are going to work on the KOTOR remake, but they also talked to the Santa Monica guys,
What about your?
and
You must have.
I
one.
don't know if Ragnarok is the end of the Norse saga, or if it's leading up to the end of the Norse saga.
It should lead up to it.
Okay, so there is one more game.
Hmm
Alright, I was going to say...
It's a trilogy.
Okay, I wanted to make sure, because I was like, you say a saga, but I consider a saga more than, like, at least one body of, or two bodies of work.
Because when you look at how the story's being told, spoilers. The first game is about figuring out why Atreyu,
See out of that
which
thing?
is the
Like
son,
Carl?
why his mother is dead,
Yes, I can.
and his
What else do you
lineage
think
and his
I managed to
background.
avoid tripping everywhere I go?
You figure it out,
What is that thing?
and you figure out
Look like any
Kratos'
other planet I've ever
backstory,
seen.
where he figures out Kratos' backstory, and they trigger Ragnarok in the process.
When I killed
Because
you, I was always-
essentially the same issue that was going on with Zeus, where he's like, oh,
Paranoid?
yeah, he gets really paranoid because he's like, I hear about this guy who can kill gods and this, that, and the other, and
Honestly, I'm just
you know,
impressed you've managed to survive.
he's really afraid of the idea of Ragnarok
I'm sure you
happening.
attract attention
Um,
wherever you go.
But basically, he creates a self-fulfilling prophecy because he causes Ragnarok to get set off by sending Baldur and whatchamacallit after Kratos and
But
What about the
Atreyu.
Roman soldiers?
isn't Ragnarok just a reset? Like, they all come back into existence, and it's literally just repeats itself for...
it's an entirely different type of reset. They don't all come back into existence.
Oh.
Mr. Nomad.
If you go by how the Norse explain Ragnarok, there is a kind of idea of like there's this kind of loop to it.
Honestly,
But if Ragnarok goes the way it's supposed to go,
themselves.
it's
A friend of mine
you basically
said they
reset the
kill us
planet,
without a good reason.
but the only people who are alive are like
Put them behind
2 or 3 of the Asgardians,
Oh.
and they're watching over the Earth
You should know more
and
about
just letting
than me, though.
humans figure out what
I
if
don't
humans
serve any
survive,
lords.
letting humans figure out what's
I
going
see
to
what
happen
you mean.
next.
After 3 seconds.
Then I guess my question is, how do they address what happened in Greece? Because let's be fair, everything he did in Greece would have been
All this trouble we've
world-ending for everyone out,
Wild.
even outside of Greece. Because he had the oceans rise,
Getting killed for their
he
amusement.
murdered the sun,
Mhm.
and he literally blanketed the world in, like, I can only describe as hellish landscapes.
Yeah, basically what you end up finding out is that the world's kind of like sectioned off.
I had a feeling that. So that means, like, Odin has a sphere of influence,
Mhm.
Zeus had a sphere of influence, so...
Yeah.
You made it.
The Egyptian gods have a sphere of influence.
But I didn't expect
The
to see
Celtic
old
gods have
Iron
a sphere of
Mask.
influence.
In any case,
And the reason why I mention that is because in the game itself, it references that there are other pantheons existing.
Where?
How do they... Do they just acknowledge that the other pantheons exist and they don't
Yes.
fuck with each other?
It's not that they don't fuck with each other, it's that they have their spheres of influence, they stay in their spots. But the god Tyr actually traveled around the world and met all the other pantheons and talked to them. And that becomes the issue, because then you find out basically that, you know, they're going to go deal with...
Soldiers.
Well, Zeus is pissed off at Tyr because Tyr calls out his bullshit.
He makes an appearance in the game, right?
Tyr?
No, Zeus, right?
Nope.
He doesn't?
Nope, he's always talked about. The only people that you see from there is Freya.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Oh, shit!
I'm just gonna say it. I'm kind of glad that for once you see. Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm glad that for once you see somebody
Not...
able to like hit. Something
Whoa!
that's
You can't
so...
do that. You have to get her permission before you get to touch her sword. Wait, what?
Did you even ask?
Dude, is this what they call spitting hot fire?
He's got the Flameberg. What's he gonna do with it?
It's gonna burn him because it's not Nero. When are we gonna get back into that? When am I gonna at least get back to mine? I want to go back to Aesith and...
You will. I'm working on it. I'm actually designing the arc.
Possible.
He was embedded within her all along.
He had a sword embedded into him. Holy shit balls!
Oh, okay. It went from getting her to kill her.
She's of no use now. Kill her.
Wow, look, it is,
It is a sword made of fire.
and it is burning him.
Yeah. But he has the great
Whoa!
super ability of just
Oh.
not giving a fuck, and
People don't understand that that is the most epic power ever. Not giving a fuck.
he doesn't feel pain, so who's gonna stop him?
I am become Fire Lord.
Oh, I'm really tired. I had all these artes.
But I like Entei more. Because it sounds like Hentei, which sounds like hentai. Yeah,
Ichi! But yeah.
and then the sword went back.
Mm-hmm.
That was kicking. Oh my god, look!
Your arms.
And he doesn't feel those.
No, he doesn't.
How about that?
I don't know about you, but I would freak the fuck out if I saw my hands,
You're not
Would you just call that third-degree burn, or would you... How would you describe that?
Hold still.
My arms become charcoal.
Is that,
Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed too.
is that third degree?
However, this is a dude who doesn't feel pain, so at a certain point, I'm sure he's just like, I don't fucking care. Shoot the dude in the chest, and he's like, what the hell was that? Oh, I got a hole in
the
me.
hand of he
Whatever. I'm a badass.
I'm just gonna keep walking.
a man numb to pain, and a woman whose touch deals nothing but.
But I think the God of War Ragnarok looked very interesting, or at least it got me...
I mean, the story and the combat looks interesting, because there is a major conflict, and I would love to see how it plays out. I don't like some of the character
The
design.
surviving stragglers have a chance to
You don't like Dad of War?
Iron Mask.
No.
You coming?
Have you seen what Thor looks like?
I'm not about to...
Oh, yeah. You know what? For some reason I was thinking that, and I didn't...
Chew fucking Thor?
Yeah, but remember they're going with the Norse mythology.
Yeah, they're going-
Thor was not a blonde-haired, super Viking man. He was a chubby McChundertons who,
He's a fat neckbeard? I don't believe it.
I doubt many.
Look, I get it. He had red hair. Give it to you. Fine, granted.
I thought Lubu had red hair.
I
Bring
see what you did there.
bring it back.
He had red hair, and strong men are not just like these,
Strong enough
like,
to match
you
the
know,
power
the
of
people
the
you think
Lord.
like Chris Hemsworth.
I like that
The
Fire
blazing
Emblem.
sword.
I love the blazing sword. That's my favorite. That was the first Fire Emblem that came over. See, we're bringing it back. Bringing it back. Bringing it back to Fire Emblem Warriors 2.
Let's play it again.
To mention
But wait, it's not out yet. It doesn't even exist.
Hit my master core.
It does exist.
I'll be fine.
In our hearts.
And the flames weren't even hot.
I love you, man.
Because it was the
All the homo.
of the astral energy. Honestly,
Don't run from my feelings.
we are incapable.
Sorry, I gotta go.
I think I was faking.
I mean, I get that, and I get the understanding of like how they want to portray him,
Stay
but
calm while bearing
seriously,
to your hands just
I haven't played the game, but
it hit home.
I have this feeling, and I just have this feeling that the third game is going to end up with either him having to kill Atreus, either of them trying to kill each other. and
well, yeah,
only-
it's already set up. Atreus is gonna kill Kratos.
I was about to say we already know who It's
Yeah, we already know who Atreus is.
Plays off without even noticing.
Spoilers. He's Loki.
So what?
yeah. They don't even hide it in the trailer either. He says who's Loki, and it's like,
Come across
oh.
anything stronger
Yeah,
than that blazing
and I'm gonna throw this out here for you guys as well. A little bit of a spoiler.
You don't care what happens.
Here's how Ragnarok's gonna end.
After, do you?
Kratos is gonna die.
like you know me.
you really think this is where they'll end him?
You?
Yeah, they're gonna kill. Here's how Ragnarok. Here's how I see Ragnarok going.
I don't-
Atreyu is a teenager right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about how he wants to rebel, he wants to kill the gods, he wants to fight, he wants to go to war, and so on and so forth.
And Kratos is trying to stop him because
Kratos is trying to stop him. You're gonna get to the end of the game. You're gonna have that moment where you're gonna have that same moment that whatchamacallit, Kratos had with Athena, where he wants to kill Zeus. Kratos is probably gonna step in the way of Atreyu. Atreyu is probably gonna try to kill, like Zeus or someone or Thor, or, like continue the conflict or set it into a whole new level. Atreyu is gonna step in, kill Kratos in the process, and then he's gonna, in the third game, basically become Kratos from the original series. Artes. So what Artes are we doing?
Art. Well, they're not Artes, but close enough. Close enough.
Archibalds. What Archibalds are we using?
Oh, that's right. They dumbed down the strat. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. What? Can I give specific things?
I guess so, maybe.
All right, hold on. Let me try.
But yeah, I see that being what's gonna happen with the next one.
Okay.
is We're gonna see that kind of stuff happen. I don't like like I said, I don't like when they're like, oh, we wanted historical accuracy for how Thor looks, but then you have the young woman at the end of it.
Oh my god, that place looks like freaking hell.
Oh, yeah,
Everything's
it
on
does.
fire.
Eh.
I think they said that the young girl at the end of the trailer is supposed to be the last living giant.
I guess so. She's supposed to be the echidna of like the Norse people, or like the Norse religion. But it's one of those like, so you want to have accuracy for Thor, but you don't want to have accuracy for her. Okay, I want to be sure we're clear on where the line is drawn.
That's.
I mean, it sounds like they want to just take they're taking their own interpretations.
Self-imposed
Yeah.
And
all collect.
that's fine, but it's one of those like,
This close before.
you can't use that as a defense when you have criticism.
That's
You
it,
know what I mean?
alright.
Like,
Next,
the fans are criticizing them for Thor's
good long
design,
look while you still can.
but they're just like, well, I mean,
Come to
this
tear
isn't how he looked in like the mythology or how the sagas and things like that were written. It's like, yeah, but
Freedom.
neither did that character. Neither did they say that Atreyu was, Atreus was Kratos' son, some Greek guy's son. I mean, yeah, we could draw lines in the sand of where, like,
Damn, this looks beautiful, and this is on a
Yeah.
PlayStation 4 Pro, not even a 5. I can only imagine
oh yeah,
what this would be like on a
Or the
5.
PC.
If Sony would fucking get it out there.
If you get
They don't
close
want
to a
to.
zoo,
I every time I hear that they've passed like a milestone, I just go like, you're fucking lying. There's no goddamn way you've sold that many when scalpers are literally
Yeah.
making hand over fist more money than you are.
well, it's one of those things. Like, the PlayStation 5, everyone's like, oh my god, they sold this, that, or these ends and those. Like, I was watching one guy who talked about it. He put the numbers into context. He's like, the numbers they're talking about don't really matter because they're not a representative of like what's going on in the actual industry. Like, how many people do you personally know who have a PlayStation 5? I know like 3 people.
You do?
Yeah.
God damn it.
2 of my coworkers have one.
Look at them.
But they had to wait on a list. Like, the one had to wait on a list. The other one paid for it, and he's talking about scalping it. And then the third guy I know,
Don't fight
he
any enemies you can
he
otherwise
goes ahead and gets things ahead of time, so he doesn't
If we try to
screw around with those types of things. Like,
You sure won't hear me?
if he knows like a console's coming out or something like that he goes ahead of time and is like, I am putting money down for this so I can get it as soon as possible, so he doesn't end up in the situation that most of
I
us are
sense a
waiting.
strange
Jumped on it.
Yeah!
I don't pick on
Get him!
There we go.
There's a.
Yep.
Alright, guys, we're gonna show you a really 100% historical, battle here. 5 minutes later, and then the giant enemy crab attacks. Hit their weak spots for massive
Maximum
damage.
Come on, Mike. Don't you remember all the giant crab battles that happened in Japan?
Yeah, of course.
What was my brother actually was lucky enough to get a PlayStation 5. He was entered in a raffle that he completely forgot about, and he actually won it. I was like, oh, good for you.
I went to a place.
supplies like that are valuable.
I traveled out of town because I had to go to a bachelor party.
Got it.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, and they had this really cool place. It was an arcade, but it wasn't your normal arcade. The dude had, like, think of every cabinet, arcade cabinet you could think of from like your childhood. He had the Simpsons game. He had
Oh, wow.
he had like tech. He had all of them, and they had all of them in the room. But he also had PlayStation 5s, and like we asked him, we're like, how'd you get it? He's like, because it's for him, it's a business expense. He was able to get them.
Okay.
So he was able to contact basically Sony and the companies that are selling it directly and ask them to put him on the list.
I'll watch over.
So he was able to get 3 of them. He said he was going to have 4, but literally one got
A
stolen.
master core, huh?
Not from his place.
On the
Literally,
way.
they stole it from the truck.
I'm not surprised. That annoys me with how Sony's handling all that. And then there's rumors that a PlayStation 4 Pro might be in development.
PlayStation 5. Man.
I'm sorry, yes, PlayStation 5 Pro in development. My bad.
I'm just gonna say, if they do that, I feel bad for Sony fans.
And then my coworker was talking about how apparently to mitigate the huge fan in the system or the cooling system, instead of doing the copper wiring that they have in the base model right now, they're trying to look at liquid cooling, to which my knowledge that's more expensive.
It would be a little bit more expensive because you'd have to do a little bit more with it, but you got to remember that Sony doesn't know how to make consoles properly, so that probably might be a better idea.
Would it slim it down from that giant version it's in, or
Probably not. But the reason why I say that is because if you actually look to see how they decide on how to make consoles, they basically take a part of it. So if you think about it from like a car engine, they basically say, hey, you're going to design the transmission, you're going to design the the gear shaft, you're going to design this, and they don't talk to each other.
Stored in a master core.
So they then have to Frankenstein it in together and figure out how it's going to work. And the only time, like, only after they're finished do they go, oh, hey, I need this much. And that's why, for example, the power core breaks on the PlayStation, because they didn't really think about how much power it was going to need to draw for some of it. So
5 lords, each doing whatever it
I heard the
takes to gather
Pro
the
version,
fractal energy
if it
of
comes
the
out, I think they said that it
in
might
the
come out like
master
late
cores.
2023,
Whichever of them
mid
manages
2024.
to accumulate the most
It's supposed to be like
their
4
contents is crowned
to
the ruler
8K
of
resolution,
another.
and in my head I'm thinking like, yeah, but not a lot of
Contest
TV.
as they
We don't have a lot of
held
8K
every
TVs
decade.
out there that are affordable at the moment.
yeah.
I think most of them are what,
Like
like
4Ks just became affordable, and even then they have what, the curve now, and like I have a curved monitor for my PC, and oh, it's nice. I like it, but I wouldn't buy a huge TV with it.
Do you remember when I was regaling you my tales when I was playing Zestiria on the PlayStation, and I told you how I forget the NPC's name and I forget the name I gave him. But you remember when I got to
Yes.
the town and I said, I don't give a fuck if all of you NPCs die, as long as he's still alive, as long as that guy's still alive, I will be happy.
I want to say it started with a G,
Well,
but I don't think it
when
was.
I don't, Marco?
Honest.
Maybe Marco or
I forget,
or
guys.
Glenn or something like that. But it was hilarious. Survives the you're like he survived the whole fucking game. He better be here. You're shit talking the villain the whole time. The guy's just like, let me tell you about my tragic backstory. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. You just pissed me off for the last 30 fucking minutes of me having to redo this a bunch of times. So guess what? I don't care.
I remember that when you heard me say that, you heard me over the microphone. I think you even heard him a little over the microphone trying to tell a story, and I just, out of character, just told him to shut the fuck up because I don't care.
I'm killing you regardless.
Guys, there was a point in my life where I was playing RPGs and everything, and I literally didn't give two shits about the main villain because I just saw them as an annoyance. That guy, the main boss in Systeria, the first the Calamity Lord, he made that, okay? They were showing me this whole backstory, if you saw it, you know, like, how he became it, how grueling it was for him to become this monster, and I did not give a
Yeah.
flying fuck. And Mike can tell you why. I spent almost an hour fighting this guy, and that is because
Going back to being
I want to preface this right now.
choose to fight.
What I'm about to say, if Zestiria is your favorite Tales game, I'm not coming at you. I'm not saying you have bad taste. You are allowed to like the game. If you love the game, that is amazing. I'm not trying to be
I gotta make
facetious.
sure I put all these caveats in here.
But I just want to let people know that I'm not shit-talking you as an individual when I say this statement. I think Zestiria was a hot fucking bag of garbage. I really do. And here's a fact. I fought the final boss probably many levels before I was supposed to. And do you want to know why? Because at a certain point in the game, once I learned how to fuse with characters, they fused your levels together and gave you a bigger boost stat. To which I was like, cool. So how did I deal with the game? Whenever I got pissed off, I just merged because I was going to get insane stat boosts to, you know, go along with everything.
What?
And I'm going to tell you right now, that was the last game I think that the series creator, the guy who made Tales, worked on. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, that was a horrible swan song to go off on.
Huh?
I don't generally like to say that I hate a lot of games or that I hate a lot of things because I don't want to be that guy, you know? It's too easy to just...
Be Mr. Negative?
It is. It's really too easy and I don't like doing that. Because it's not...
Because we've been such a pool and residence of happiness and
Well,
positivity.
dude, even with Samurai Warriors 5, even though we kept
Yeah.
saying we shit talk, we still kind of enjoy it for what it is.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
We just critique it because, you know, we want to see it better.
Yeah.
And we want to see Samurai Warriors 6, you know, take what they learned from 5 and, you know, elevate it to another level.
Like, I was explaining to my friend about it.
That thing.
I can take it right now.
Giant Zoogles.
Yeah, no,
You're not fighting that right
No,
now.
I'm not
yeah,
fighting
yeah.
that, or else this is where it ends.
Yeah.
This is where the video ends. Giant Zoogle murders me.
I was saying, I think the thing they should have done with that game, and I don't know about this game. I think this game probably has a full and complete story and actually handles its stuff probably correctly and from what I'm seeing so far, it seems to have a lot of stuff going in its favor.
Motherfucker, I will get that dodge. I swear to God I will.
But,
The other one died already? My God, Punchy! I don't even know this guy's name. I'm just calling him Punchy right now, but he is quite clearly MVP. Oh, hello.
hoot hoot.
What?
Here's a dog tail.
Well then. Oh, I was like, what is he? Okay.
Unusual bird.
I was like, well then. Only proper thing to do. Wait.
Put it on.
Wait. Is it an outfit? I think it's an outfit. Yeah!
Now I'm the dog man.
Now I'm the dog. You chase me, subscribers. You chase me.
There you go.
No, but
I was gonna say, yeah, I think that there's things they could fix. I think there's things they could solve, and
there we go. I did it. By
Yeah.
accident.
nice.
I'm not good with dodge-based games because I get too panicky. Watch my Bayonetta playthrough. You'll understand.
Yeah.
Shion. Oh God. Oh. Well now.
Jeez.
Hold on. I can switch to her. Nope. Never mind. Can I? Can I get one of you to revive me?
Thank you.
Well, that was embarrassing.
Hey, worst things could have happened.
You're right.
The team could have wiped.
God damn. These guys hit like trucks, but I did put it on like the higher difficulty because apparently I was told normal is like easy mode and this is actually like a challenge. So that's fine.
Eh, can't remember what game that was, and they were in Resident Evil. Resident Evil 8.
The village?
Yeah.
Well, what about it?
If you play on normal, it's easy. It's game journalist mode.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
If you put it on hard, it's like a normal experience. And then you have Village of Shadows, which is a giant middle finger to all their fans. Never have I seen whatchamacallit, a level gap so emerge in the game. Yeah, first aid.
I'm a little torn on how you handle the healing items in this game, or the healing arts. There's actually a pull you have to pull from. As you can see on the side there, it says CP.
Easier said than done.
Okay.
That actually is for all my healing points. So every time someone uses a healing art, that drains. So it's a constant management.
I mean, that could be a bit interesting with how they would handle it.
I'm also not doing really well at this, guys, but I'm also pretty damn sure we're not going to hit the boss, considering the length we're at right now.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. I would have liked to try to get to the boss and end this, but it is an RPG, and
Yeah.
it's very rare to hit a boss in the first, like, hour unless you, like, freaking speed run through it.
say, clearly, sir, you've never played a speed run.
That's what I said. I was trying to clarify that, you fucking dick.
I've been watching a lot of speedruns recently.
Oh, do tell me.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Go on.
you learn so many fucking tips and tricks of just how to play the game normally, and it's hilarious.
The Renan
I was watching through whatchamacallit, I was watching through like Pokemon runs, and I was like, my god, this is just obscene.
Remember that time that Bob kicked your ass with his Pokemon team, and then he gave me a Pokemon team, and I kicked your ass, and then we
It's the same Pokemon team. And here, I'm just gonna throw this out here. You know, he loves to live in that glory, but he's never re-challenged me after I curb stomped him into the ground.
Of course not. Why would he?
I swept him with one Pokemon after that.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, you could beat him 100 times, but he still beat you once, so therefore he can always say he beat you.
Yeah. But there's no point if he never increases his skill or, gets better. Yeah, that's right. Oh, really?
I'm being honest.
Yeah.
What? No, I'm good. Nah, you seem cool. You do you. You do you.
But yeah, I there's a lot of tricks for other games too. The remakes for Resident Evil, that's where I learned stair skating.
How do you feel about RE4 getting a remake?
I don't know if they've announced it yet, but
No, they have. They haven't officially revealed it, but they have basically stated that there is a team. The RE2 remake team is working on an RE4.
What's the plan?
I don't mind it entirely. I didn't play RE4. I know.
Really?
Piracy.
Neither have I, but I feel like
We're finally going head to
I
head.
played a part of it.
I've
But I played
never
it on the
touched it.
Wii, so I was
can't afford
annoyed,
to
and
mess
I
this
didn't
up.
play through the rest
It's
of it.
now or never.
I wanted to years ago when it was on, I think, the GameCube or the PlayStation 2. I thought about it, but then I was also thinking to myself,
Leave the plan
Do I really like Resident Evil? 'Cause to this day, the only Resident Evil I've ever played
You two need to do something.
to finish is RE5, and that's only because of the co-op.
Shotgun Joe.
Shotgun Joe. Shotgun Joe, and then my ever-revolving nickname for being
Shiva.
Shiva. You know, I was either what was I? I was
You had a bunch of nicknames.
I did. I never had one like you. You were just Shotgun Joe, and I was
That's because Shotgun Joe became a character.
Fits like
Shotgun Joe is the best character of all time.
Look at my studly new duds. Shion, you need to upgrade.
we don't have any Renin clothing. I could
But,
Dan an outfit.
Yeah, guys, if you ever want to see what we're talking about, go check out the channel that I'll never put up on here because no.
Go find the other channel that we did once upon a time.
Exactly, and then you can watch me, you know, save these guys in Samurai Warriors 4 Empires.
At no point did I say I'd given
Oh, you can listen to Bob
Now,
say
let's
something?
be nice. How
He said a lot of
about
stuff.
Nate? He says. He's our one-stop
You
shop for
make another
info
Empires.
around
I'll
here.
show you. I will show you
He
what
might
I can
just know
do.
something.
Oh, I mean, I'm probably gonna let you and maybe Bob, if he continues to exist and have free time, play like Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires.
I saw a thing, a Chinese video of, because for some reason, I mean, I get it. It's actually a critique I have of Koei right now. But they put out they put out a gameplay of Dynasty Warriors 9 in China, and it actually looks pretty good.
Really? It's still
Yeah.
the state combo system, right?
A little bit.
Nath, we need your help.
I will
Never the man.
never touch that game, and I will never touch 9 again. And the worst part was, I tried to convince myself that I would play 9 again, and I would download it.
Me up with something first. Works really dialed up around here.
But I convinced myself, I told myself, I'm like, no,
Anything you can manage.
no, I will not re-download, I will not reinstall this, I will not do this.
I'm not gonna punish myself.
No, because I tried, guys, I really fucking tried, but then I was like, I just stopped having fun.
What needs doing.
And I think that's when a game is not worth playing anymore, is when you're not having fun, if it's not drawing you in. And I'm sorry that, again, if you like Dynasty Warriors 9,
Somebody's
you know,
watching us.
I'm really sorry.
I think the major issue with 9
Hey,
is, and I think this turn of phrase entirely applies to it, it just lost the plot after a while. Like, what were you doing most of the time? Like, oh, you're running halfway across the map to go do a battle that you weren't exactly sure for what happened, and given tasks to go do things. And the game would also bug out. Like, I couldn't complete whatchamacallit. I couldn't complete, what's that, with Lu Bu? Shoppy Castle. I couldn't complete it because even though I destroyed the levees, it wouldn't activate that I did the water attack.
I don't know if these guys have been talking, because my volume was down, and I just noticed that their lips were actually moving and stopped talking. So I'm apologized if I've skipped through conversations. And I also apologize if Alfin's conversations go a little too long, because he doesn't have lips, so I can't see when he's done talking. So I apologize
So
for
if we
that.
cut him off, apologies.
I guess.
But yeah, I mean, I think Tails here so far has been looking good.
I really don't want to end it on like a
I was just in a village. I
in a
mean,
village with like duds.
all right, guys. Well, that was great. I'll catch you later.
I just don't think they're
I
gonna
don't-
let us go into the dungeon, and I don't think we'll clear it fast enough to get to the boss. I mean, shit, I would love to get to the boss.
Come on, don't you want to go fight the Rula Gula monster out in the wild?
No.
You can end it on that.
Yeah, and it'll last for all about like probably a couple minutes. Not even a couple minutes. It might last for 2 minutes.
Come on, we can go beat Jason Derulo in the forest.
What? What?
You accepted a quest. It's a sub quest.
What?
You accepted it.
But I want to go to the boss. Oh no! They've gated me out of it. Oh god!
Pretty thrilled.
Let me fight the boss.
Let me in.
Let me in.
Let me
Let
in.
me in! Let me in! Damn it, look at my tail!
Alrighty, guys.
Yeah, let me know. Well, I mean, I'm not going to turn this into a Let's Play because I know no one would watch it, so...
Hey,
But-
you could always do highlights.
You're right, I could, but... Hope you've enjoyed it so far. Please pick up this game and show the Tales franchise some love, because this definitely can help it reach its popularity in the West to the mainstream like Final Fantasy did. But that's going to do it for me, guys. That's going to do it for my friend. And you know what? We'll probably do some more videos like this for other games that probably won't go on my channel for like Let's Play purposes.
There you
Games
go.
that I want to play or show you guys throughout the year. So, with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this very much. And, you know, remember, let's rock, everybody.